We are thrilled to kick off a new weekend series that we will be featuring every weekend with MTN's Matt Elwell, talking about all things fishing. This week, Matt explains more on issues that has guides really busy.
Boat launches like this one here at Warm Springs are normally packed with anglers. That's not always the case, especially with hoot owl restrictions that are in place for the lower Madison. But that doesn't mean that the guides aren't busier than ever.
It's been really busy this year. It started last year, last June when Montana opened up, and it hasn't really quit since.
More anglers and more people on the river, which puts additional stress on fish in rivers with less than ideal temperature conditions.
Here on the lower Madison River, for example, we saw water temperatures exceed 75 degrees for several consecutive days, which is a trigger for these hoot owl restrictions.
But there are things that you can do to reduce stress on the fish.
One thing you can do is to land that fish as quickly as you can. It's really enjoyable to be able to play that fish a little bit, but if you can land it and catch it as quick as you can, that reduces the energy they have to expend to fight. And
that is sometimes easier said than done, especially if you don't want to have to tell a story about the one that got away.
We use a little bit heavier tippet and line, which helps to get the fish in. We might skip the picture this year. We'll leave them in the net.
And a big social media push this year is to keep them wet, meaning try to keep the fish in the water as much as you can. Another tip? Don't just drop the fish back in the water and go on.
When you go to release the fish, just hold it in the water and let it recover and let it swim off on its own.
And Montana FWP is on top of river conditions.
We'll be watching closely as the year goes on and making adjustments to those restrictions as necessary.
If you aren't sure about closures or restrictions, all you have to do is ask.
Sometimes it's confusing on what is on hoot owl, what's not. Contact your local fly shop. We always want to be your best resource for getting out on the water this year.
And in this heat and with warm water conditions, now is the perfect time to go out and check out some new fishing spots, not only to avoid the crowds, but to help keep our fish population healthy. Reporting on the banks of the Madison River, Matt Elwell, MTN News.